Okay, so I'm going to make my crystals after looking at the same links that you've just looked at. I've actually never done this before either, so it's quite exciting. Now, to make it a fair test, I've got everything the same, except I'm using 2 different types of salt. So this is what Epsom salt looks like. It's just bath salts. And this is what table salt looks like. And I've got half a cup of each. Doesn't really matter what the measurement is, as long as it's the same. And looking at those links, it seems as if we need exactly the same amount of water to make this solution saturated. So, oops, spilling a little bit there. I'm going to pour that into that glass and that into that glass. So you can see there's the solid, and we're going to add some water. Now the water it's warm, it's not boiling hot. The kettle was turned off before it totally boiled. You are going to need to get an adult to help you get warm water. If you have to use cold water, it really doesn't matter. It will just take longer for everything to dissolve. So I'm going to use half a cup in there, and half a cup in this one. Now at the moment I can see that it's not dissolved because I can still see the solid. So I'm going to need to stir. So I'm going to keep stirring and keep stirring, and hopefully that will dissolve in a minute. I'm going to get another spoon and keep dissolving the table salt. Oh, it's quite stiff, this one. So I'm going to keep stirring both of them, and we're going to wait until they are completely dissolved. Now it might take a while, I might have to keep stirring for quite a while, so I won't complete that on the video, but I will show you some pictures when I've done it. Once it is dissolved, and remember it's not quite dissolved yet, there were 2 ways in which we could get the crystals to form. Way 1 was to put in some thread like this and rest it on there. So I've got 2 pieces of thread that are the same length, and we'd need to pop them into the solution. I'm not going to leave it yet because I'm not dissolved yet. Way 2 was to put in something like a nuclei. So these are grit. Remember when we made the cloud in a bottle, we had to have condensation nuclei, which were the particles of soot from the match that we popped in. This is exactly the same. So this will be a nuclei, as will the thread, for the crystals to form around. So I'm going to actually put 2 bits of grit in each one, and the pencils with the thread hanging off them. But they're not ready yet because they're not completely dissolved. But when that is the case, that's what I will do. Okay, so the Epsom bath salts have dissolved a little bit better than the table salt. However, because this is supposed to be a saturated solution, I am going to expect there to be a few that don't dissolve, because what we've done is we've put as much solid in there as can be dissolved into the liquid, and we've possibly got a little bit more. That's okay. So you can see that the salt solution, the table salt solution, really is still quite, you can see quite a lot of salt there. So the solution above it really is saturated. That's okay. We've done exactly what we've been asked to do. I've got the thread attached to the pencil. That's going to go into the solution. Okay, I've got my 2 nuclei. I'm going to pop those in as well. And then I'm just going to leave it. And every day I will be taking some pictures and putting them on Class Dojo, and let's see how they compare with your pictures each day and your observations. You might be doing slightly different solutions than me. I would have done sugar as well, but I didn't have another one of these glasses, and it was really important to keep everything the same except one thing, which is what we are dissolving. Okay, well, good luck.